All right, thank you for staying with us. We're still looking at the election in Kogi State, and we still have our guest in our Abuja studio with us discussing this matter. Now, let's get back to the matter of INEC being 90% ready for the election in Kogi State. INEC is also saying that its result viewing portal now has authenticating features. Could you walk us through or talk to us about these features?
I didn't get that. You said?
The result viewing portal, INEC's result viewing portal, it says there are new authenticating features to authenticate results as part of its improvement after last election. This is part of its improvement for this off-cycle election. Could you talk to us about these features?
Okay, the issue about the IRF is that even many of us don't even know how to access the IRF. We don't even know what the IRF is all about. The IRF is just a board, the portal, the website of INEC, where the results of the units are posted. They could snap the result. They use the beavers to snap the result, and you upload it to the RF. It's like the portal of INEC is a website. So now you need to know the name of the website before you can even access it. An average Nigerian does not even know how to access the RF. And it is only your result, the result of your booth, because there's a code for every unit, every booth. So if you want to check, you can only check one result at a point in time. So you can only check the results of your booth or any other areas where you feel you want to check. So it's not a place where you'll be seeing collation of the numbers. No, it's just the photocopy. And that's why we said every one of us, every party has a copy of the result they want to check on the RF. Every electoral officer at the unit have also pasted one of the results, a copy of that result, at the board at the unit where election took place. So many of us even snapped it ourselves. So what we are even going to look for at the IRF is already with us. So now what INEC is even doing is just enlightening people on how to even access the RF, because it's not just enough for them to put the result on the RF. We must be able to access it and see. So there are lots of seminars, discussion on people accessing the RF. So that is what they've just been doing, to educate people on how to make it very easy, seamlessly access the RF, to even see. And what the major function of the RF is even supposed to be for the use of INEC, because if any of the officers got attacked along the way, and the result, the hard copy he has with him was hijacked or torn or whatever happens to it, they have the copy on the RF to check with. And even if there is any discrepancy between the parties, because a copy has been given to every party present at the election. And if for one reason or the other, some of them decide to be smart and you try to doctor the result, or even if the INEC officer, the polling unit officer, decide to doctor the result after leaving the polling unit, they will now check on the one on the RF, because it has been posted before you leave the place. Even during the last election, they were posted, they were uploaded, but the way at which it was getting on the portal was where we had problems with. It was already sent by the officers, so it was already in the cloud, but getting loaded on the platform was where the problems actually came from. So it's just like you have a funnel. When you are putting so much water in the funnel, you know, at the small funnel end, the water will be dropping slowly, because we have so many data coming in the same time. So it will take some time for the water to pass through, and that's why it will take some time for all the data to get uploaded on the RF. So those are the problems they had them. And now, you know, from technology, they can increase the gigabyte or the capacity of such of the RF to ensure that, okay, all this formation will go in faster. But even now that it's even an off-season election, there won't be so much data coming in at the same time again. So it's just INEC telling people how to access, and not that they're actually bringing in another technology. They just enhance what they have on ground to ensure that they increase the capacity so that people will be able, all the data will be able to go in at the same time. And also teaching people how to access it. That's even the most important thing. Many people complaining about the RF don't even know how to access what they're even complaining about. When we went to Bayelsa, the REC was even giving us a situation like that where they had a gathering of people who are supposed to even know. And they asked them, how many people here can access the RF to see the result of their unit? And over 70% of the people who are supposed to know could not even do it. Then why are we shouting over what we don't even know anything about?
And that's to say that INEC, sorry to pause.
The major breaker, the major icebreaker in the last election.
Right, and that's to say that INEC has a lot of responsibilities to, create that particular awareness for the electorate. But then the question I would like to ask you as the chairman, committee on electoral matters, is the fact that, haven't we come of age to vote side by side while we are continuing with our electoral activities? For instance, Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa will be on some sort of lockdown during these electioneering processes, and that would definitely affect economic activities. Do you not feel that we should get to that level, or we ought to have gotten to that level where we'll go with the electoral practices, voting during the elections, and still going to market or moving from one place to the other? Haven't we come of age to do that?
You see, must we copy everything done abroad? We are used to the system. Even when we ensure that there is no movement, we still find crisis happening in one area or the
Right. We'll definitely get back to the Honorable. Okay.
Honorable, are you there?
Yeah.
Please carry on.
Yes, I'm saying let's take this a step after the other. Let's get our system right first. We are still talking about uploading results, INEC not being efficient. Let's get the system well. Then by the time we get the system well, the issue of this movement got to do with the issue of security. By the time we get the system right, then we'll now start looking at, okay, are people now secured? By the time we find out that elections are now better secured, then we open up the gate then for people to be able to move around during elections. Because you are still trying to manage what we have on ground now. Let's take it one after the other. If you allow people to move around today, people can just cause crisis in one area and go back to another area and cause crisis. Because as it is today, if you want to go and cause crisis at any unit, you need to go through in your vehicles and carry some weapons and all those stuff. So
that's the essence of deploying security personnel in the first instance, who are everywhere. We see the huge number of security personnel that have been deployed. Can't they handle that?
You see, if you have to do that, if you allow people to be moving around, that means people will want to come from their work or from other places to go and vote on the day of election. That means you'll be stopping every vehicle to check. And now, our people are not patient at all. I'm going for my election, and you are now searching my vehicle. Do you want me to miss the election? Are you part of the plan to ensure that you are blocking us from voting, defranchising us? So this will bring some other issues. I said, let's take it one after the other. Let's perfect the system. Some people are talking about diaspora voting. And I'm saying, look, we have not even solved the one we have at hand. Some people are talking about electronic voting. We have not solved the one at hand. Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, tried electronic voting. They are still in court now. So we must try some of these systems. Some of them will try with the off-season. Yes, maybe one of these days we'll look at some of the off-season, off-cycle election and try and let people move around. And let's see how it works out. We'll look at some of the...
Unfortunately, we have to end this conversation now. Honorable Bayo Balogun, member of the House of Representatives representing Ibeju-Lekki Federal Constituency, thank you for your time on the program.
You're welcome. Thanks.